We just witnessed the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. The Knicks shocked the Spurs, coming back from down 29 to take a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. I have no words for what I just witnessed. That was absolutely unbelievable. Like I'm so shocked right now. I mean, like a 29-point lead. Are you kidding me? OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, like, oh man, I have no words. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm shocked. Knicks fans have to be pumped right now. Like, what a come from behind win. Ridiculous stuff from New York. Absolute scenes at MSG. Just an insane thing to witness as a basketball fan. Like, this is why we watch. This is why I watch the NBA Finals. This is why I love the NBA. This is why it's my favorite sport. Like, unreal win for the Knicks. And let's just get straight into it. Like, the Spurs come out with another ridiculous first quarter. They have owned the Knicks in the first quarters. They finished the first quarter with a 41-22 point lead. Uh, like what is wrong with New York in these first quarters? Like going down almost 19-point lead in the first quarter, like coming out sluggish. I don't even understand. Like the Spurs putting up 41 in the first quarter, and they go into the second half. They go into halftime with the largest halftime lead from a road team in NBA history. Like, that is crazy. They also come out of the first half with the most threes in a half in NBA Finals history. So the Spurs were feeling it from deep. They carry a huge lead into the second half, and ultimately they don't come away with the game. But let's talk about the third quarter. So early on, you could feel the Knicks starting to pick it up coming out of the half, and about halfway through, they go on that big 8-0 run, and the Spurs miss 6 straight shots. And after the game, I was watching Inside the NBA on ESPN, and Charles was saying how stupid the shots that the Spurs were taking, and I believe it was in that portion of time. Like, they missed 8 threes in a row at one point, if I'm not mistaken, and like some bad threes, some ill-advised shot decisions, and like the shot IQ just wasn't good in that second half a lot of the time. Just poor decision making. I thought maybe some timeouts could have been taken as well that were some questionable game management. I don't want to say like it's on Mitch Johnson because it's the finals. They were playing good. You don't want to kill every bit of momentum that they had, and you want to trust your guys, but it felt like a few times the Spurs could have, taken a minute to like reset and talk things through. But again, they missed those 6 straight shots. The Knicks outscored them in the third 26-14. So defensively dialed in, holding the Spurs to 14. Again, the Spurs lost their touch from deep, and the Knicks were able to put up 26 points of their own. So that lead becomes 15 heading into the fourth. So doable. Like a 15-point lead in today's NBA does not feel safe, especially on the road in MSG of all places. The Knicks had to feel pretty good about themselves, cutting that once almost 30-point lead pretty much in half. And to end the third quarter as well, the Spurs were 16 for 38 from 3. So, like, still really good shooting numbers, and you wanted to see them hopefully fix their shot selection going into the fourth, and I just don't feel like they did that. So in the fourth quarter, the story was, again, the Knicks making a run. They go on another 8-0 run. I believe they had it cut to 1 at one point when Josh Hart got that steal, and he takes off. Couldn't decide if he was going to dunk or lay it in. I think his momentum just, his bunnies didn't get him up high enough to dunk it, and his momentum carried him too fast forward to be able to just lay it in. And he had the two hands kind of awkwardly on the ball, puts it off the back rim. Seemed like, could this come back to bite you? You had that moment where, like, is that going to kill all the momentum they just had? And then the Spurs get those 2 missed free throws from Wemby. And, I mean, that was a pivotal moment. Honestly, I was pretty shocked. I mean, I know Wemby's, like, cool, calm, and collected, and I'm not going to come at him and be like, oh, Wemby's not clutch. that was a tough, it's a tough thing. And we've seen stars, fold under pressure. We've seen Kobe, when he was young against the Jazz, the story of that series. Kawhi Leonard in the finals against Miami missed a huge free throw. Like, I believe Wemby will come back from this no matter what happens in this series. We all know he's going to be an all-time great for the next 10 to 15 years. I'm not worried about that. It's just a hiccup. It is a hiccup. It's a bump in the road. It's a learning moment. I expect Wemby to do exactly what he will do, and that's just learn from it, recover, and he's going to be great. It's tough. You don't want to put the blame on him, but that is a tough play, and that definitely added to fuel to the fire in this Knicks comeback. And then I want to shout out Castle, because he's had a couple of these moments in this series where Steph Castle's had to step up to the free throw line, and he's just stone cold. Like, you can see it every time he walks back. He hits 2 free throws, big free throws to put them back up 1, the Spurs, and you just see him walking back to out of the timeout, and he's just so stone cold, like killer mentality on his face, and it's like that every time. And then the huge, Hail Mary 3 he hit last game to ultimately it felt like a dagger at the time. So just a shout out for Steph Castle. But yeah, Brunson hit a huge clutch 3 with about 2 minutes to go, just doing captain clutch things like he's been doing. And then we get a little last minute crazy unfold of events where De'Aaron Fox, I couldn't believe it. The Spurs are up 1, ball leaks out. De'Aaron Fox, one of the fastest players in the league, wins the foot race, gets a good 2-3 steps ahead of OG Anunoby, and then obviously has to slow his momentum to now prepare himself for a layup that we don't know. I mean, I think we all know he did not need to put that up, and Charles Barkley said it was a dumbass play. And when you're in the moment, when the crowd's loud, it's a lot harder than just making the read and seeing the clock. And he's also, he really might be stride for stride the fastest player in the NBA. So you can't really blame him for thinking that when he's 2-3 steps ahead of OG Anunoby, that he has a layup that can potentially extend the lead from 1 to 3. So he took his chances. He played the lottery. He played the odds. And OG Anunoby makes a spectacular defensive play like he has done all throughout this series, and he comes out of nowhere to also the discipline to not foul, and to just the body control he kept on that play was so ridiculous. Like, I was so impressed with just him containing his momentum and be able to lock in that moment and just get the block on Fox. Like, a crazy play that's going to go down in history and ultimately save the game. Fox's decision now, he's getting flamed for it on social media already. It's tough, man. Like, it happened so fast, and like I said, he really is stride for stride maybe the fastest player in the league. So it's hard for you to not understand where he's coming from in his post-game interview, saying he just thought he could, outrun OG, and OG made a great block. That's literally what Fox said, and it couldn't be further from the truth. OG made a great block, and I think Fox was surprised himself. And ultimately, we all know what happens next is the timeout for the Knicks. They talked things over. You kind of had to know the ball was going to number 11, Jalen Brunson, and he gets it up top, and I was wondering what he was going to do, because you knew the Spurs were going to send 2, and as soon as he saw that second defender coming, you realize, you could see it in his body language that he was going to put up an early shot to try and catch him off guard. He trusts himself. He trusts the work. And honestly, I didn't mind the read. It's a good read. You trust your best player to have the ball in his hands and make a play like that. And that's what he did. He shot the 3 over Wemby, and I don't know who the second defender was off the top of my head, but he pulls up from deep, kind of caught them off guard, was able to get a good look. It was very deep for sure, but it's still a good look for Brunson. Not the greatest shot ever. He gets it off. It's short, late in the game, hard to find the legs to shoot those shots. Ball hits the rim, and the inbounder, nobody picked him up because Wemby came to Brunson, and OG all by himself till he got to about the free throw line where he takes off. I mean, I could watch this clip over and over again in slow-mo. I've watched it so many times, but he comes uncontested all the way from the top of where he inbounded the ball to the three-point arc, all the way to the free throw line, and he just takes off for this thing and gets the tip with the right. Like, maybe the greatest all-time putback I've ever seen that wasn't a dunk. Like, I mean, that was just shocking. Like, OG, and again, coming from a Raptors fan, like, seeing OG get all this love and appreciation and, like, the spotlight that's on him right now, I'm so happy for him because he has been so underrated in this league for a long time, and just the conversations surrounding him now are just, it's so cool to see. But yeah, OG with an all-time play to cap off an all-time comeback for the Knicks. And let's just talk about OG for a second because, you know, let's give him the spotlight. Playoff career high 33 points tonight. Again, he has not been missing shots in this playoff run. So he gets 33 tonight, hits a playoff career high 7 made threes, gets that nasty clutch block on Fox, and he gets the clutch putback. What more can you say? That's literally like a perfect game for a small forward in the NBA. And I mean, he just did that in the finals to go up 3-1. Like, talk about stone cold killer, talk about, you know, clutch, talk about being ready for the moment. OG Anunoby was built for this. Like, OG's him, man. Like, he is him. And then I want to also talk about Mike Brown, the decision to have Jose Alvarado in there as a second ball handler with Brunson. Really interesting dynamic. And I even in my last video, I said I didn't love the Alvarado minutes. I understood it from a ball pressure standpoint and just putting pressure on the rim with his drives. But Wemby kind of deters him, so it's just like it creates, you know, good momentum to swing the ball when Alvarado's out there. But I didn't love his minutes, honestly, and maybe I'm just wrong because Jose in this one was really steady. You only saw 4 minutes from Clarkson after he played well last game, which I was a little surprised about, but obviously Mike Brown knew what he was doing. This all worked out. So Jose comes in, he's a ball handler, and playing him alongside Brunson is not something I predicted in this series. Like, it's just not something that seemed like an option for me, and to see, you know, that's why Mike Brown's a coach in the NBA. That's why he's coaching the NBA Finals right now. The willingness to be creative, think outside the box, and trust his personnel. I thought it was really impressive. Jose comes in, plays 15 minutes, gives you 8 points, 3 assists. I think he had 2 rebounds as well, but was really steady, and he had the good play to advance the ball after the OG block to take off running. Almost a backcourt violation, was really, really sketchy, but got fouled. Really smart heads-up play by Alvarado to push. They had the foul to give, and then ultimately the Knicks take that timeout. OG gets the infamous legendary putback, so really impressive. And then, you know, last thing, Jalen Brunson again, 36 points, 7 assists, hit the clutch 3 with 2 minutes to go, and again, he shot it a lot better this game. Last game was an improvement, and then this game again, taking another step. So been more efficient at home. This was his most efficient game in the series, probably his best game of the series. And then in the clutch, you know, even when he's not necessarily shooting it the best in the world or the best he's ever had, he's able to find ways to make the shots when it matters. And the deep 3 over Wemby and stuff didn't go, but that big shot with 2 minutes to go was massive. Like, MSG was lit, especially after the Josh Hart missed dunk, missed layup. You know, the team needed that, and Jalen Brunson comes in clutch. But yeah, just insane stuff. A 29-point comeback, the largest comeback in NBA Finals history. I really can't believe I watched that. And, you know, the Knicks go up 3-1 in the finals. They go back to San Antonio. I do believe that they are going to close it out on the road, but you know what? They've given themselves a little bit of a cushion here now, obviously 3-1. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. They come back to MSG, and you have to believe if they come back to MSG that it's over for sure. Like, I believe it's like 99% they win if they come back here, and I feel pretty damn good about them going to San Antonio to close this thing out ultimately. But, you know, what can you say, man? Literally the greatest comeback ever in NBA Finals history, and, you know, we are all witness. I mean, OG Anunoby with the putback of the century there, and yeah, I'm just glad I got to see it. But we'll see what happens in San Antonio. We'll see if the Knicks are crowned the 2026 NBA champs.